Welcome to 5 Foot Philosophy. I'm Nalo, the 5 Foot Philosopher, and this episode is a list of 5 things that could help you live a better life. Number 1, and this is the foundation for everything, self-reflection. I talk about this one a lot, and people might be tired of hearing this, but you have to learn how to use a mirror. The person in the mirror is usually the hardest person to look at. Because looking in the mirror makes you understand something. You are not exempt. Because you're better than some and worse than others doesn't remove your responsibility to grow. Because life is hard doesn't mean that you have to lower your standards for yourself. That's where accountability comes in. When I think about my life and my future, I'm not thinking in terms of today, this week. I'm thinking about next year, 5 years, 20 years. Where will I be? How about my old lady and my kid? How about my finances? So I ask, am I doing anything today to help my future self, or am I just reacting to what's in front of me? Because reflection starts from within, and I think you should start with one uncomfortable question. What role did I play to put myself in the position that I'm in right now? Not what did they do? They didn't do nothing. They don't matter. Because to a very large degree, I could be the master of my own fate. That's why I don't take pity on myself. I take inventory of things that I've done so that I could first take accountability and second, take a plan of action. The first best thing that could ever happen to you is you falling in love with the work that is self-improvement. Because once you start doing the work, you start to radiate. You start to glow. But don't count on a lot of accolades because people might not notice or might not care that you're changing. Some people might not like it, but some people will. And when you tell them what you're doing, the message will resonate. And when a message resonates, the message motivates. But be mindful to not turn your growth into a sermon. Don't get on the soapbox. Don't get preachy because nobody wants to befriend a know-it-all that knows nothing at all. You figured out your life 45 hours ago and you moving like a self-help guru. You got to reflect. And another part of that reflection is an outside perspective. Have a conversation with somebody that you trust. Ask them, hey, what am I doing that's not helping me? Say, am I doing anything that affects you negatively? Ask them, is there's something that I might not see. Is there something you think I could be working on? Ask them how they got themselves together. And when they answer you, don't get combative. Don't argue. Don't get defensive. Just listen. You can't ask for honesty and then get mad when it shows up. That's like praying for rain and not preparing for mud. Be mindful that the conversation is a two-way street. Because if somebody in your life is hurting you or somebody is toxic or they're not conducive to your growth, you should also have that conversation. But only have this conversation with people that you trust and people that trust you. Because you can't talk honestly with people that don't deserve honesty. This has to be a two-way conversation, a dialogue. You could be helping. It's somebody out there that's yearning for the same growth as you. And it's also some people that are beyond reproach. Another part of reflection is being aware of your environment. That's another big part of growth. You got to take a long, hard look at your life, every aspect of it, your habits, who you associate with, your routines, your triggers, your job, consumption. Then ask yourself, what in my life is not conducive to my growth? What keeps setting me back? What in my life should be eliminated? And be very honest with those answers, please. So the first thing that you could do to try to live a better life is start from within. Look at yourself. Own your shortcomings. Accept what you've done and accept what you didn't do. And then take control of the things that you can actually change, because nothing in your life improves until you do. Number 2, seek help. This one is a big one. This one is closely connected to number one. I just talked about getting outside input. This is the same, but deeper. Because sometimes the kind of help that you need is not always going to come from the person in the mirror. Might not come from your spouse, might not come from your friends, might not come from your family either. Sometimes the help you need is bigger than that. Sometimes it's therapy. Sometimes it's AA. Sometimes it's church. Sometimes it's a support group. Sometimes it's a gym buddy. Sometimes it's a change of environment. But whatever it is, the point is the average person can only carry but so much. And once you start doing this self-reflection from step one, you really start learning how to use the mirror. Step two is figuring out how much of the weight you can actually carry by yourself, and what you can't, and you get help for. One of the best things I ever did in my life was start therapy. And the crazy part is I had been telling myself I was going to start therapy for like 10 years. I'm one of those people who can be an early adapter. I can get addicted to things. I could be an overachiever, or I could be a lazy procrastinator. I'm real good at that one. But nothing stops me but me. And with that being said, I try to explain to other people, stop letting other people thoughts and opinions stop you. Because it wasn't popular, but taking care of your mental health got popular over the past few years. Like in my community, my people, it was frowned upon. It was taboo. A lot of black folks just thought you was going to pray the crazy away. And I've told people before, seek help. And they hit me with the cliche, God got me. And I stopped giving my advice because it seems like people was talking around mental health instead of walking towards it. And I'm like, I'm of the belief that if something is broke, fix it. If you can't fix it, get somebody to help you fix it. If there's nobody to help you fix it, make enough money to pay to have it fixed. But under no circumstance can you just leave things broken. If you got a
20-mile commute
to work every day and you got a flat tire, you're not going to keep driving on the flat. You're going to get it repaired. So don't treat your mental health any different. Depression, anxiety, anger, sadness are worse. These things have compounding interest. That means they don't get no better. These things really matter. For me, anger is a big one. I'm fortunate in a lot of ways, and I'm not saying that lightly at all. But I realize that anger is my default emotion, and that's not healthy. Anger should not be the first place that you go. Also, self-medication shouldn't be the first place you go either. So I had to talk to somebody that could help me build actual coping skills. And it took such a long time to do it. And I'm finna hit you with something else. You ready? You can't accept help until you're ready. It's a saying that I like. It's a quote that I like, and I'm probably finna butcher it. You ready for me to bully it? Butcher it? I'm gonna butcher it. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You have to get to a point in your life where you're willing to get help. Seek help. And to me, a lot of the journey involves sobriety. A lot of the journey involved me wanting better for me, but not thinking that I was worthy of anything better. Then I thought, if I do want to get better, how do I get the ball rolling? Unbeknownst to me, all the answers I was looking for was in arm's reach. My old lady played a huge role in my mental health journey. Stoicism and philosophy were also big factors. It opened up my third eye. I started looking around at friends and family and the life that I want to build and the life that I don't want to build. And I had a son, and I'm like, damn, it's a lot more serious now. because it's not just about me anymore. I don't exist in a vacuum. I had to take my physical, mental, and spiritual health a lot more serious. I needed more structure in my life, so I established patterns and routines that would set me up for success. Patterns and routines that would allow me to lead by example. And now that I've been in therapy for a few months, once a week, I could honestly say I feel relieved. I feel lighter. Like, it's a relief to talk to somebody that's not a friend, family member, or coworker. It's a relief to be vulnerable and not feel like I got to manage your emotions while I'm getting my stuff off. I could say what I need to say. I could ask for honesty. I could ask for a outside perspective. And that has so much value. That added so much value to my life. And a lot of people that I know seek help in the form of a higher being, and that looks like religion, or joining church, or forming some kind of community. And I commend being around like-minded people. Sense of community helps people heal, and faith can absolutely help you heal. But sometimes the group dynamic doesn't address your exact issues. Sometimes you get around a group of people that are enablers. Sometimes you find refuge in people that have the same trauma as you, and y'all start to share replicable opinions that lead to predictable emotions. And you back at square one. Again, there's nothing wrong with the idea of community, because a lot of times community can help you heal. But sometimes community is like putting a Hello Kitty bandage on a gunshot wound. It's a thing. It just might not be the right thing. That's why I say, when you're seeking help, explore all avenues. Maybe therapy, maybe meditation, maybe medication, maybe sobriety, maybe a change of environment, maybe changing your pace, slow down, maybe learning breathing techniques or critical thinking, or whatever kind of coping skills you could pick them up. As long as you're trying. Whatever kind of help pushes you in the right direction, take it. Explore your options, because needing help doesn't make you weak. But being stuck because you're too proud or ignorant to ask for help does make you weak. That's going to hurt you in the long run. Number 3, exercise. Everybody talks about exercise, but I'm not talking about exercising to look good. I'm talking about exercising to be healthy. There was a point in my life where I wanted to look better, but I didn't understand how to feel better. I didn't understand that health was wealth. I used to go to the gym sometimes twice a day, 5 days a week. I was in the best shape of my life. I was built like a tank. And at the same time, I was smoking a pack of Marlboro, Menthol, 72s, drinking a fifth of rum, and riding a motorcycle like I had a death wish every single day. Because I think I did. I was trying to be the personification of a quote that I like. Find something that you love and let it kill you. That sounds dope when you're young. But at 41, leaving a good looking corpse is not on my bucket list anymore. Now I actually care about being healthy and not just looking like it. So exercise became mando and not optional, because exercise is not just lifting weights. Exercise is anything. Walking, running, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, cycling, meditation, yoga, Pilates, anything that keeps your body and mind active. I walk for a living. It helps a lot. But I still make it a point to move purposefully every single day. I do push-ups every single day. I do pull-ups when I'm up to it. I do squats almost every other day. And I run sometimes. And yeah, I always feel like I could do more because that's my personality. I beat myself up. It's never enough. It's never good enough. But I remind myself, hey, good job, Nalo. You're staying consistent. I love you. Because now the aesthetic is not my number one priority. It's about function. I don't need or want to look like a bodybuilder. I need to be able to move. I need to be agile. I need to be light on my feet. I need to be able to play with my 5-year-old and not need an IV and a gurney. That's real fitness. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside if your inside is falling apart. I've already done my look good and feel like crap era. I was 215 pounds. I was built like an American bully, and I was still unhealthy. Now, I'd rather be strong, mobile, durable, alive. So if I had to give you a piece of advice, it would be stop treating exercise like it's cosmetic. Exercise is maintenance. You're not going to surgery and GLP-1 yourself into good health. Because once you destroyed it, this breathe-in bag of organs that you're in, you can't get a replacement. Anybody could fake being healthy. But really being healthy is a lifestyle. Number 4, eat healthy. A big part of being healthy is eating right. Good stuff in, good stuff out. And for a long time, I loved all the wrong things. I loved fried food. I loved cigarettes. I loved liquor. And I definitely still love sugar. I kicked all the other bad habits cold turkey, easy peasy. Get out of here. The only monkey I can't get off my back is the sweet one. Sugar is my nemesis. I understand a lot of things in this world, but moderation is not one of them. I try to OD on everything that I do. I'm like a child. If I had it my way, it would be all sugar, all day, every day. Sour gummy worms, watermelon, tahini, peach rings, See's candy, Twix, Snickers, Baby Ruths, cheesecake, banana pudding, cake, ice cream, froyo, and donuts. I want all the smoke. But the problem is my body doesn't. The human body was built with planned obsolescence in mind. This body is not designed to run on sugar alone. That's a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. When you eat too much sugar, it feels like Mike Tyson punched you in the head. And the older that I get, the more injuries that I get. So if you guys have listened to 5 Foot Philosophy, and I know you have, you heard me talk about my laundry list of injuries. When you get older, your body is a lot less eager to heal, and sugar does not help. Whenever I eat too much sugar, or back in the days when I was drinking liquor 25-8, all of my injuries were talking. My muscles would ache. My joints would ache. My bones would ache. Every injury on my body filed a formal complaint. And I got tired of being in pain. But as soon as I stopped eating sugar and as soon as I stopped drinking, the pain would stop. But the problem was I couldn't last. I couldn't stop for that long. But at this point, I'm tired of getting beat up by sugar. Look, the crazy part is I know sugar is beating the hell out of me and I keep squaring up with it. That's called addiction. That's me fighting sugar, then turning around and hating myself for eating too much sugar and then eating more sugar. It's the snake eating his own tail. But I'm slowly getting it under control, slowly but surely. But some days I still feel like Pookie in New Jack City.
That shit just be calling me, man. Be calling me, man. I just gotta go to it. Need help, man.
Just standing there, fainting, feeling defeated. Just looking at sugar like, damn, here we go again. But like I said, number 3, being healthy is not just about how you look. It's about feeling good on the inside. And let's be honest, looking good and feeling good usually involve your weight too. I try to keep it slim and trim so my clothes will thank me. You know what I mean? My clothes ain't fighting for dear life. But one day I heard a message that stuck with me, so I've been living by it. Weight is not lost in the gym. It's lost at the table. So now I exercise less and I eat a lot healthier. Very boring eating. I'm not the type of person to monitor every bite I take and count every calorie like I'm doing calculus on salad. That's not me. I won't do it. I'm too lazy for all that. So I started my own diet. It's called the Obvi diet. I eat what's obviously good and I stay away from things that are obviously bad. That's it. That's all. Nothing fancy. Nothing trendy. Just common sense. And honesty and common sense will take you a lot further than your appetite ever will. Number 5, learn something. And I'm not talking about some cute inspirational quote type of way. I mean, an idle mind is the devil's playground. An idle mind will destroy you. If you give your brain nothing to do, it's going to find something to do. And most of the time, that something is self-doubt, negative self-talk, overthinking, self-loathing. You start running worst case scenarios like a TV show in syndication. So one of the best things that you could learn is to beat you. Beat the version of yourself that's overcritical of you. The best thing you could do is train yourself to be constructive. Give yourself positive affirmations. Change your inner dialogue. Reframe the way that you think. And to be honest, it's way easier said than done. I know this because these are my tips. But here's a practical version. Learn a tangible skill. Give your brain something to focus on. For me, that was podcasting. See? Podcasting caught my attention back in 2009. Before it was cool, before it was trendy, before it was video, before it was all inclusive, before the toxicity and the red pill rhetoric, before it was nothing but entitled thought manifestos, before everybody and their mama had a mic and a ring light and a Blue Chew sponsorship. It was just people in a room talking, ranting, and raving. And that's my favorite kind of talking. And I thought, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want. So I started learning. How do you start a podcast? What equipment do I need? How do I record? How do I edit? How do I get good sound? How do I host it? Then that turned into, how do I shoot video? What camera do I need? What's the deal with lighting? What looks right? And the crazy part is, my education was free. All it cost me was time and curiosity. You might not want a podcast, and that's cool. But learn something, anything, learn something else. Learn how to run properly. Learn to breathe better. Learn how to lift weights without hurting yourself. Learn a language. Learn financial literacy. Learn to cook. Learn firearm safety and purchase guns. Learn how to sit quietly and think. Learn something. Learn anything, please. Because the point is not what you learn. The point is to keep your mind active. Because every minute your mind is idle is another minute that your mind can and will turn on you. So instead of saying, I want to do this, I got to do that, I should do this, just start learning. Start doing. Because life already feels like a marathon. Don't make the mistake of running your marathon on a treadmill. Because you're either building you or you're breaking you. It's no neutral. You gotta choose a side. I'm Nalo, the 5-foot philosopher, and those are 5 things that actually helped me change my life. Not theory, not trends, just real adjustments that made a real difference. Take what works and leave what doesn't. But don't just listen to it. Apply something. If something in this episode hit you, drop a comment. Let me know which one of these tips stuck. Send it to somebody that needs to hear it. Save it. Run it back. Take something from it and actually use it. Because none of this matters if it just sounds good. It's supposed to make you feel better. Otherwise, it's just noise.